Asia.
While Asia's generally known for their noodle and rice dishes, they create some of the best cuisine globally. So here are the top 10 iconic Asian foods you need to try before you die.
You're killing me, Smalls.
Dim sum.
Dim and sum.
If you're looking for a meal in smaller portions yet packed with flavor, then dim sum will tantalize your taste buds. Chinese dim sum is comprised of smaller dishes traditionally eaten for brunch. Dim sum originated during the 10th century in Canton. While this area experienced a boost in commercial travel, people began to go to tea houses for meals that provided smaller portions. Originally served with tea known as yumcha, the meal was served with two food items, one sweet and the other savory, which complemented the tea. Dim sum provided another form which comprised smaller portions of food to accompany the tea. Dim sum literally translated means touch the heart.
Has touched the hearts of many.
Served in bamboo steamers, these steamers keep the food moist and bring out the rich flavors in each dish. While traditionally eaten for brunch or lunch, many people consume dim sum dishes for supper as well. Popular dishes include barbecue pork buns, shumai, dumplings, and noodle rolls. After consuming the main meal, it's highly recommended that you end with the delicate egg tart, which not only signals the end of the meal, but enhances the overall enjoyment. Sushi.
I love sushi.
The 1980s originally saw sushi make a big splash when restaurants began popping up all over North America. Touted as the perfect culinary experience for upwardly mobile yuppies, sushi became known for its flavor, diversity and selection, and for its social aspect. Friends could go out as a group and enjoy this relaxed, evenly spaced meal. Fast forward 40 years, and sushi has never lost its appeal. Sushi was believed to have been invented by Hanaya Yohei, who introduced nigiri sushi in 1824. Known as the Edo period, it became the fast food of its time. This Japanese dish has become popular globally with its medium-grain vinegar white rice accompanied by salt and sugar. Additionally, it can be made with short grain or brown rice, although this is less common.
What? You got me sushi?
While presentation and style vary, the key ingredient in this dish is the sushi rice. Other ingredients are added depending on what type you order. The rolls are hand-pressed and rolled tightly using a sushi mat. Then they're cut into bite-sized pieces for consumption. Sushi comes in many forms, like makizushi, nigiri, and gunkan maki. When eating it, people usually dip it into a mixture of soy sauce and wasabi. Gari, or pickled ginger, is used to cleanse the palate between bites. While sushi is known for being comprised of raw fish, other ingredients can be added. You can even add avocado, eggplant, fish roe, and other ingredients to the roll. Satay.
What is it?
Southeast Asian.
This traditional Southeast Asian dish from Indonesia is served as skewered, seasoned grilled meat with a side of peanut sauce and accompanied by lontong, which is a type of rice cake. Despite Malaysia and Thailand crediting themselves with the recipe's origin, the earliest version may have originated in Java Island, located in the Dutch West Indies. No matter who originated the idea, it did quickly spread to the rest of Indonesia, becoming a national dish.
I'm not sure whose twisted idea it was.
Satay is made by marinating chicken, mutton, goat, beef, fish, pork, tofu, or other meat in a blend of spices and herbs. This mixture may include garlic, dark soy sauce, coriander powder, and turmeric powder. Additional exotic meats are often used, like snake and crocodile, for something different. Traditionally cooked using bamboo skewers, it's frequently eaten off the skewers or accompanied by jasmine rice with a hint of lime. The meat is barbecued or grilled over charcoal or wood fires, which is responsible for the smoky flavor. New to BabbleTop? Then how about hitting that subscribe button? Thanks. Pho.
One of my favorite Vietnamese dishes.
Pho is a mainstay Vietnamese soup dish established in northern Vietnam in the 20th century. It was made popular after the Vietnam War with the influx of Vietnamese refugees. Since the origin of this dish was never truly documented, there is a dispute over what culture influenced the dish. Interestingly, the northern and southern areas differ in their noodle widths, choices of herbs and sauces, and broth sweetness. Pho became popular in mainstream cuisine during the 1990s when relations between Vietnam and the United States improved. Known as a comfort food, pho is a simple dish comprised of rice noodles, broth, herbs, and meat. The intricacies of this dish come when the different aromas and flavors are added. This layering is what takes the dish over the top.
Yummy, 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 yummy.
The proper way to make pho is to simmer beef or chicken bones for hours to generate a beautiful broth. However, the pho broth is sometimes substituted with chicken or beef broth as well. The broth is enhanced with additional herbs, spices, and condiments. Thin strips of beef are added to the mixture along with chewy noodles decorating the top of the dish. Ramen.
You mean ramen?
Ramen made its first appearance in Yokohama, Chinatown in Japan during 1910 when it was adapted by Chinese immigrants. Ramen was made popular post-World War II when the American military occupied Japan. In 1945, Japan experienced its poorest rice harvest during a 42-year period. This generated food shortages as rice production moved to Formosa Island and Chinese colonies. Due to the shortage, the U.S. flooded the area with wheat flour, which was used to make ramen and then served by black market vendors for survival. Despite America maintaining a wartime ban on food vending outdoors, the black market diverted foods from commercial mills to their locations. Fast forward to 1958, Momofuku Ando invents the instant noodle, making it easy to make noodles just by adding water. When people think of this Japanese dish, they visualize just the ramen noodles. However, this dish is so much more than just its noodle base.
It's not just that.
Composed of noodles resting in a broth, common flavors tend to be miso and soy sauce. Ramen broth is composed of tare and a special stock. Then the bowl is filled with long, soft noodles. Traditional versions of this dish top it with a marinated egg, nori, chashu pork, bamboo shoots, or scallions. Ramen differs among each Japanese region, ranging from miso in Hokkaido to tonkotsu, which is a pork broth, in Fukuoka. Adobo.
And then I saw a dish, a great dish.
Known as the national dish of the Philippines, adobo is created by immersing cooked food in a sauce or stock made of oregano, paprika, salt, garlic, and vinegar. These spices bind together to enhance and preserve the dish's overall flavoring. The name was originally coined by colonial-era Spaniards. It referred to a different indigenous method of cooking using vinegar. Despite theoretically being a Spanish dish, it did develop independently of their influence. Originally, the dish was a form of food preservation. However, after refrigeration was invented, it became a form of food flavoring prior to cooking. However, as time passed, the meal became marinated or placed in a seasoning mix. Recipes varied according to the region, where in Puerto Rico would use a rub on the meat, while in Mexico it was made with a chili base, with the most notable being chipotle and ancho peppers. This provided a spicy, smoky flavoring to the meat.
Actually, it tastes really good.
Today, adobo is made using chicken thighs marinated in a soy sauce mixture. After the chicken is marinated, it's gently fried. To finish the dish, a marinade is poured over top, then reduced to a sweet yet salty, sticky glaze. Tiny pops of peppercorn add a touch of flavor to the meal. Onion and garlic provide an umami base, in addition to a sweet brown sugar flavor. Korean barbecue.
Time for a barbecue.
Also referred to as gogi-gui, or meat roast, Korean barbecue is a popular method of grilling meat. Established almost 2,000 years ago, it was once known as metjo, meaning meat oven. It was later changed to bulgogi as it reached global popularity. Generally, chicken, pork, or beef is involved with this dish. Many Korean restaurants prepare this dish using charcoal or gas grills directly built into the dining room table. This allows the guests to watch their food being prepared, listen to the sizzle of the meat as it cooks, and allow their senses to be enraptured in the flavors.
Yummy!
Those that do not have built-in grills may provide customers with a portable stove to use while at the table. The most popular form of this dish is bulgogi, created by thinly cut, marinated beef strips of tenderloin and sirloin. Galbi is created from marinated short ribs, yet gogi-gui includes several other types of unmarinated and marinated meats divided into different categories. The marinade is made from a soy sauce, ginger, sugar, scallion, pepper, garlic, and sesame oil mix. Pears can additionally be added to assist in making the meat more tender. Recently, pineapple and kiwi have been added to the mix. For unmarinated meats, chandolbagi is created from beef brisket, which is thinly sliced. The meat is cut so thin that it instantly cooks once placed on a heated pan. Side dishes which traditionally accompany Korean barbecue are kimchi, pachori, green onion salad, and rice. Naan.
It's Indian food.
Naan is a popular Indian flatbread served with curry on the side. The name is believed to have originated from the baked bread made on hot pebbles in ancient Persia. Naan's roots are found in ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and South Asia. Interestingly, naan does not have any specific meaning other than being a generic term used to describe bread. Other countries quickly adopted the recipe for naan and renamed it flatbread. The name naan was first mentioned in 1975 and subsequently became the normal form of spelling. Naan is a nice, light dish with a chewy texture. Traditional forms of this recipe involve mixing whole wheat or white flour, salt, active dry yeast, and water. The person kneads the dough for a few minutes, then allows it to rise for several hours. After it's risen, it's divided into balls, which are then flattened and cooked using a tandoor oven. This provides a slightly charred flavoring.
I saved you a piece of naan.
The traditional form of this dish brushes it with ghee, which is clarified butter. However, additional variations incorporate raisins, garlic, and onions. The South Asian version of the recipe flavors it by melting rosewater, butter, kus, or ghee over the naan. India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh restaurants add nigella seeds. Additionally, naan can be used as a wrap for vegetables, meats, and cheeses. This tends to be the fast food version, though. Banh Mi.
Make a hot sandwich.
Banh Mi is a Vietnamese sandwich using baguettes for a base. The French introduced colonial baguettes to Vietnamese cuisine during the colonial era. By the 20th century, it became a staple food. It later evolved in the 1950s to become a distinctly Vietnamese type of sandwich bread made in Saigon. Banh Mi gained global notoriety after the Vietnam War. This dish involves using a baguette with a thin, crispy crust along with an airy, soft texture. The bread itself may be comprised of either rice flour or wheat flour. Frequently, the baguette is cut lengthwise, like a submarine sandwich. The traditional version of this meat is infused with local vegetables and meats. This would include pork sausage, cucumber, coriander leaf, pickled daikon, pickled carrots, and combined using French condiments.
Oh man, my mouth is watering thinking about this right now.
Interestingly enough, banh mi is involved to include fillings like ice cream, but is way more commonly made with marinated meat packed with cilantro and pickles. This combination makes the sandwich refreshing and delicious. Aside from just being a sandwich, it can also be combined with beef stew or curry. People frequently dip it in condensed milk for added creaminess. Butter chicken curry.
Linda, have some chicken.
This Indian dish made its first appearance at the Moti Mahal restaurant in the 1950s and originated in New Delhi. Known to have a rich texture, this dish is formed from a curry created using chicken marinated in butter and spiced tomato sauce. The curry itself was created in 1950 after the partition of India. It was made accidentally by mixing tomato gravy into leftover tandoori chicken. Traditionally, the chicken marinates for several hours in a mixture of lemon juice, yogurt, Kashmiri red chili, garam masala, salt, garlic paste, and ginger paste. It's then baked in a traditional clay oven called a tandoor. However, it can also be made by oven roasting, grilling, or pan frying the meat.
Indian food has to have big and bold flavors.
Butter chicken curry is served using a mild curry sauce containing butter. The sauce is formed by simmering garlic, tomato, and ginger-based sauces until it's smooth. While there are several variations to the dish and the spicing, the one commonality is that it is sieved until velvety smooth. Cashew paste is frequently used to thicken the mixture, which is finally garnished using coriander. Stick around, leave us a comment, hit that subscribe button, and tap or click on another great video.